Overview of terminology and the AGER+ acronym. Thanks for joining me today. In the AGER+LEARNS Decade Challenge, which is a trademarked learning platform, the word decade is used throughout the channel, sometimes in different ways. We usually think of a decade as being 10 years. The term decade is from Greek and Latin, meaning group of 10. And this broader scope is used in the program. When used in a general sense, I do not capitalize decade. In the channel title, it represents the possibility of increasing our lifespans by 10 years or more. The numeral 10, rather than the word form TEN, is frequently used for grouping purposes and as a reminder of years in a decade of life. For example, each of 10 challenges or courses requires 10 hours to complete. I encourage learning sessions of at least 10 minutes or multiples thereof. With the activities, I prefer to use the word learning instead of study, which sounds like hard work and brings up memories of passing or failing grades and tests. Learning is and should be fun. Think of study as a 1 and learning as a 10 on the enjoyability scale. Throughout the A+LDC, you will run across the terms lifespan and health span. These two seemingly similar words have very different meanings in longevity science. Lifespan refers to the number of years we live. Health span, in contrast, pertains to a longer life without debilitating disease, too often associated with old age. I've created a third span term, happy span, which may someday work its way into common usage. I don't know how soon that will be. Remember, you saw it here first. I not only want all of us to live longer, but healthier and happier. When capitalized, besides in the program title, the terms decade and challenge have specific references in the A+LDC as follows. Decade. These are the 10 critical components of a healthy aging lifestyle. In the AGER acronym, they are assessment, goals, empowerment, and resilience. In the LEARNS acronym, they are lifestyle, exercise, activate, relaxation, nutrition, and sleep. In keeping with the origin of the word, decades will be listed using Roman numerals as opposed to challenges, which we'll use the standard English numbering for, 1, 2, 3. I also use the first, second, third, up to the 10th method of identifying decades, as we do in the decades of our lives. I try to keep my linguistic and numerical references relevant to the life we're living and not to some abstract accounting system. Challenges. This refers to the actual lesson content to be mastered within each decade. It may not be surprising that there are 10 challenges. Getting the picture? The LEARNS acronym elements and the 10 challenges will be the focus of the next video. Let's take a look at the first 4 of the 10 decades. AGER, A-G-E-R, and also the hidden significance of the plus sign. AGER Unpacked. We will break down the AGER+ acronym and what it represents in living longer and successfully. AGER actually represents more than an acronym. It's also an attempt in changing the current vocabulary of aging. There are many words used to refer to people who are in the last half or so of their lives, such as senior citizen, the phrase used in government publications, older adults, or the elderly. Most people avoid the term old for obvious reasons. I prefer and use throughout my program the uncapitalized term AGER, A-G-E-R, simply someone who is aging. Short, simple, and explicit. Of course, we are citizens, at least in a civil sense, and adults too, but why add additional layers? We are aging, and we are agers. Elderly too readily brings up the image of someone who is frail and failing in health, as is old. An ager is a person who is aging without extra unpleasant excess baggage. My definition of an ager is anyone who is aging, regardless of actual age or lifestyle patterns. In decade challenge terminology, I prefer to use the AGER capitalized label for the person who has a positive trajectory towards health and longevity and is using the A+LDC methods. This is done to present an image of a purposeful, self-managed approach toward a lifestyle of strength and vitality during the aging experience. The first 4 decades are contained in the AGER word when used as an acronym. Let's examine them briefly. Further videos will provide more lengthy treatment later on. A, assessment. In this first decade, you will be looking very carefully at where you are in all phases of your life. This includes current skills, attitudes, feelings, and behaviors that compose your current lifestyle. It involves mental as well as physical strengths and characteristics. Simple scales are used to measure current performance levels prior to the interventions you'll master during the program. Before you can plan ahead, you need to know where you are now. Just as when looking at a map, you need to identify your present location before starting out on a journey. G stands for goals. The second decade helps you formulate a path forward to greater health, happiness, and longevity. Not only will you set realistic long-term goals, you will select short-term activities that will direct you toward goal accomplishment. There will never be a moment when you don't know what to do in the next 10 minutes to move towards your goals. Goals and learning activities will be listed on standard forms along with the time spent in their pursuit. You will also be aided in selecting rewards for your efforts. E, empowerment. This third decade of your journey is where the action really starts. You know where you want to go. Now it's time to start moving. Empowerment is the process of becoming stronger and more confident in controlling one's life. It's about understanding your potential for successfully managing your life and making the important decisions to bring about change. As you master the lessons in A+LDC and build new skills, you'll gain increased confidence in your ability to meet the challenges of aging. Not only will you be able to make better decisions, you will have the habits and routines to improve diet, exercise, improve relaxation, feel happier, and get a better night's sleep. are resilience. If there is one thing that is certain about life, it's that there's no certainty. Challenging circumstances. In lessons of A+LDC, you will learn to increase your resilience through managing stress and making wise choices when events seem to be stacking up against you. Yes, life will present us with events and circumstances that may seem beyond our control as we age, and sometimes they are. But reactions can be managed with ready and reliable resilience skills and responses. The plus sign, as in adding numerals, +1, +2, +3, signifies that as an ager, it is desirable to age more successfully in health and life satisfaction. Quality aging is more than collecting candles on a birthday cake. 2, plus indicates the vital connection between the ager and the learns components, which interact but also we can utilize them as separate skills, but they also have a synergistic influence when combined. The more resilient I am, the more I can relax when coping with stress. It's all in the same bundle. Plus reflects that relationship. 3, the plus sign also represents another acronym, which will be explored in bonus lessons later on. Here are the plus words: persistence, love, understanding, and serenity. All critical for health and wellness at any age, but especially with increasing age and the challenges we face. These can be self-directed while also centering on our relationships. Thanks for enduring this somewhat dry overview of basic concepts and terms in the A+LDC program. Hopefully, this will keep us on the same page as we age. My high school English teacher would probably cringe that my rhymes and alliterations and of course my accumulating acronyms. Okay, good place to stop. In the next video of this series, we'll examine the acronym LEARNS and dig into the 10 challenges that are the backbone of the A+LDC program. Humpty here, wishing you a day of aging well and liking it most of the time.